everybody, and welcome
Hello.
to our Horizons coaching show. Welcome, Isaac.
Hi.
Yay! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! It's Isaac's birthday, everybody!
Yes, it is. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, let me turn that up a bit so I can hear you okay. So I can't find my earbuds, so I'm going ear naked. So anything could happen here. So how is everybody doing? It's been, Sherry says I need a children's show. It's been a really busy, eventful week, I think, for all of us. We're kind of in the final run-up to quarter four, to Christmas. I mean, quarter four is almost over, guys. We are coming up towards the end of quarter four. It's Christmas is almost here, and I'm here. I want to open my web browser because I've got my web browser there. I want to read something because I've got a question actually that I want to address in a moment. Let me just open a window. So anyway, guys, if you are new to our show, what we're going to do is talk about e-commerce in all its glory. Mostly Amazon FBA is what I love. I'm a big Amazon FBA fanatic, but we're doing eBay. You've been doing a bit of eBay this week, Isaac.
Yes, I have.
And you've been having fun with it as well. You were like, wow, you can actually sell stuff on eBay still.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've sold anything on eBay. So it's kind of cool to get back in that game.
So what we did this week, we went to the Hagen's markets. So Hagen's big supermarket. They bought out all the Albertsons in San Diego and across the West Coast. They're still closing in Arizona and Nevada. So if you're in those states, you can still go and get deals there. But they all closed down in San Diego this weekend, and we cleared out. They went down to 90% off on the last day.
Yeah.
Cleared it out. And some of the things we picked up were like amazing deals on things like nicotine, chewing gum, diabetic strips, things like that. And some of them were too close to the deadline to send into FBA. So eBay is actually a pretty good opportunity for things that you can sell fast.
Few items sold right away within like a day. I was really surprised.
They sold really quick because they're like super popular items. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about one thing, kind of talking on the eBay front and the quarter four end Christmas front. We've had one question asked in almost all the groups over and over in some way, and that's, is it too late to send in products? Should I still be sending in products? What do I do? Do I quit and just go and go on my Christmas holidays and drink Baileys for the rest of the season? That question has come up in pretty much all the groups. And I've got a few answers to that. So where are we now? It's December the 8th, Isaac's birthday, which gives you approximately, let me open my calendar. What does that give you? That gives you there's 2 weeks. There's 2 weeks left of shipping time till Christmas, pretty much. People will really go on ordering up to maybe the 22nd, 23rd, maybe. 24th, it's too late. So there's like 2 weeks left of shipping time. I think it's probably too late after tomorrow to send in Christmas specific products to the Amazon warehouse. However, if it's not Christmas specific, if it's anything else, send it in. And in fact, even some Christmas specific things may well sell just after the holidays. It's like a weird phenomenon I've noticed, that sometimes after the holidays, after a particular holiday, people get so excited about a particular thing they had, or their neighbor had, or their friend had for the holiday, that they buy it the week afterwards. So it may not be too late to send in Christmas specific things, but I wouldn't send in a huge bulk of dancing Santa Clauses right now. I would probably wait at this point until after February and send it in. Send it in after February because that is the cutoff for long-term storage. So if you send it in after February, you will have until the following February before they charge you long-term storage. Okay. If you send it in now, if you send in Christmas things now, you will incur long-term storage fees in August, and they suck. So I would wait on sending any more bulk Christmas things in. So we had a question. Sorry, Isaac, I'm just talking. Have you got anything awesome to say to the people?
No, I mean it's you've said it all. The only thing I would say though, I know for a lot of people, in our group, it's their first time going through Q4. And so one thing to know is that sales don't suddenly magically stop like the day after Christmas. And that we found, like, especially last year, your sales are actually still pretty good up until probably the end of January. And our personal belief, at least partly, is because people get a lot of Amazon gift cards and they're ready to just buy right away. Because everyone out, during Christmas, they're out spending their money buying all kinds of random stuff. A lot of that stuff are gift cards. So when people are just kind of exchanging money in some regards.
Absolutely, and I think you made a really good point there, because I said like Christmas specific things, like it's kind of getting too late to send in Christmas specific products, but I didn't quite finish where I didn't finish my thought, and my thought was if it's anything else that's popular, if it's kitchen gadgets or if it's toys or anything else. And someone said, do we still send in toys? Yes, send in toys, because people have birthdays all year round. Valentine's Day is coming up. All these things that, like, there's
allowance money.
There's all these things are coming up. So you just keep sending in anything that's not Christmas specific. Send it all in, because and I kind of stopped myself by saying this is the end of Q4. Actually, this isn't the end of Q4. Q4 really kind of follows into January. If you look at sales charts, any of you who were selling last year can probably see that in January, you are still getting a lot of sales in January. People are still in the mood for spending, and they're getting ready for Valentine's Day. January has been good to me because I tend to focus on Valentine's and Halloween. They're like two of my favorite holidays. And so January has always been good for that, and September's always been good too. So yeah, I like this. BG Together says, we spend our Amazon gift cards on Christmas evening. How fun is that? Just sitting and doing your shopping online on Christmas evening and getting the stuff you really wanted.
Really want. Yes.
The stuff you really wanted. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Q4. So generally keep sending stuff in. Amazon doesn't stop. There will still be sales in January. But if it's Christmas specific, I would get it in today, or maybe hold off until after February now. I had another. The other question everyone keeps asking about Q4 is returnuary.
Ooh.
Do you think returnuary is a thing, Isaac?
Yes, absolutely. But was it a thing for us? Too bad.
I've never really been as upset by returnuary as everyone kind of. Like you all, I feel it's one of those things that there's a lot of dire warnings about returnuary. Like, oh, you're gonna be sorry. Oh, you're gonna be laughing on the other side of your face come returnuary. And it's never like you do get a few returns, but it's not crazy. It's not like as terrible as you might think it is. So I wouldn't worry, guys. And never ever stop sending things in because you're worried about returns. Because that's like, and I know people are like, oh, I'm scared of selling because I'll get bad feedback. I'm scared of selling because I'll get returns. That kind of gets counterproductive. You just got to keep going. You've got to keep selling. I'm laughing. Nerd Picker says, can she say Amazon like an American? I don't even know what that is. Is that like Amazon?
No, she cannot. No, she cannot.
It's fine. I tried. Jordan has a question as well. He says regarding long-term storage fees kick in February and August. and you get 6 months between them. So if you send in a product now before February, you have until August before the long-term storage fees kick in. If you send it in after February, you have until the following February. So you basically, it's whenever you hit a full 6 months, either in February or August, the long-term storage fees will kick in. So Jordan says, can they send it back to you? Yes. Yes, they can send it back to you as well. We had a few boxes came back in August, didn't we, Isaac?
We did.
Those were happy, fun times, weren't they?
Oh, great days.
Great days. Yeah, we had some boxes with long-term storage items come back in August, and you send them back in. It's lots of fun. I don't recommend it though. If you can sell stuff out, then, and if you can strategize your shipping to send in just after February, I would do that. I would hold out on shipping the last couple of weeks of January if you have any doubt that it's long tail stuff, and I would send it in just after the February deadline, because I think it's a good idea to buy yourself some time.
It wasn't too bad, and I think part of the pros of this was they send it back to us. We got a bunch of free boxes, which was awesome, and packing material.
Yes.
And it was super easy to just send it right back in.
That's true. And you get to kind of quality check it and make sure all your stuff's okay.
Yeah.
We had a ton of broken spiders.
Yeah.
We sent in remote control spiders. They all came back broken. All of them came back broken. So don't be tempted. If you see those remote control spiders in CVS this year after Christmas, they suck. They just break. Amazon.
Were they like playing soccer in the warehouse?
I think someone had arachnophobia and they saw the spiders. Kill it now! So yeah, we've got enough real spiders in our pod to worry about the remote control spiders. So, guys, I want to ask you, I have a list of questions here that people asked last week, this week, and we will work our way through those questions. But, guys, if you have any questions for us, post them to the side here. You do, the way you post a question to make sure we see it is you do /Q. So you do like a / Q and then type your question in the message box underneath. And if you do that, your question will come up at the side so we can make sure we answer it. That's it. Nerd Picker just showed us. Thank you. And if you would like to come on camera, I know Jordan's going to come on and join us in a little bit. But if you have a specific, if you would like to come on camera and ask us a question, you would be very, very welcome. We're going to bring Jordan on shortly. We'll answer a few more questions first, and then we'll bring Jordan in. But if you would like to pop on camera just to ask a question, you are very, very welcome to do that. We kind of started this show because we've had a lot of people, we get a lot of emails, and I'm not trying to sound cheesy here, but we kind of get a lot of emails like, hey, can I spend some time talking to you? Can you work with me on Amazon? Can we have some personal training, some personal coaching?
Actually, it's more of Katharyne gets a lot of email. And it's just like, oh yeah, say hi to Isaac.
They're like, yeah, by the way, I'm a big fan of Isaac. Now, can you answer my questions? So
yes.
We kind of felt like this was a nice way that we can give people some personal coaching and talk to them, and everyone can kind of share from the questions. And however we work through Isaac, you say that. You've got 94 little hand applause. I've only got 30. So, you are the popular guy on this show.
Wow.
Wow.
Showing the love, catching up.
Yeah, it's like a like battle. Come on, who do you love more, Isaac or me? Come on, give us the love.
It is my birthday. I thought maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Just
I'm catching you up. No, you won it by saying it's my birthday.
That's it. Woo, it's my birthday.
Go, Isaac. It's your birthday. Okay, let me look. I've got some more questions. What else have we got? Also, there are a couple of interesting talking points from the groups today. Amazon are putting out this thing called Bid Plus. Ooh, and they just sneaked that in there. And I don't 100%, I haven't tried it yet. So Bid Plus is kind of new to me. And I do want to try it. I want to put out a video about pay-per-click advertising. I know I did a bit of pay-per-click for bundles. I did a bit of pay-per-click for white label, but I feel like I should make a pay-per-click video just because I think a lot of people are asking about it. And oh yeah, you can get an Amazon credit at the moment for pay-per-click if you're new.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
I posted a link in Treasure Hunting to get a $50 credit if you are new to pay-per-click. So that's what it's worth experimenting with. If you've never used pay-per-click advertising on Amazon before, you can get a $50 credit and try it out, play with it, because you might be surprised by the results you can get with it. Actually, I hadn't used it for a while. I used to use it a lot last year, and then I tried it again recently, and I was amazed. I did $4. I spent $4, and I got like $100 of sales from. I was just like, wow, okay, wow. This is a really quick turnaround on pay-per-click. So they've put out a new thing today called Bid Plus, which basically seems like you can force your advert. Like what it does is it kind of it bids above the standard bid. If Amazon sees you have an opportunity to get to the top of the customer's search results, and you enable Bid Plus, they will bid high for you to ensure you get that space. So I do want to test this and use it and put it out there. Nerdpicker, that is a good idea. Why did I stop using pay-per-click? I think I was getting organic sales and I just kind of took a break from using it. And then I started testing it again. I was like, I've been stupid. I need to get harder at using pay-per-click on my own products. Go ahead.
So when it comes to advertising, there's only so much you can put in between Facebook, Pinterest, and then Amazon, and then any other form of paid advertisement that you want to put out there.
Right, and that's a good point. There's a lot of free ways of advertising your product too. You should also be pinning it. You should be you may be tweeting it, maybe sharing on Facebook. But pay-per-click is best if you are creating your own listings. If you're creating listings, you're creating white label products, you're creating bundles. Pay-per-click is awesome. It's really the way to go. It's pretty exciting. So that's another cool thing. I have so many questions to go through. Quick thing I wanted to mention about the buy box I mentioned in Treasure Hunting this morning. So I got a really interesting email from Amazon, and they said today. They sent it to my store name, and they said on December the 6th, no offers on the listing below won the buy box. The buy box is reserved for offers that deliver exceptional value to Amazon customers. If no offers for a product meet this high standard, the buy box may not appear. Having great seller performance metrics and the lowest price on Amazon may not be enough to win the buy box, especially, and this is interesting, especially if lower prices can be found elsewhere. And then they picked out, it's actually a toy I'm selling. And they said, you're trying to sell this for $22.99. We suggest you sell it for $19. So they basically told me if I sell my product at $19, I drop the price by $3, I can get the buy box, which is really, and the interesting part in that is that they're saying they're comparing prices to other venues, which is fascinating. So they're kind of suppressing the buy box if you go above retail. So what I would say with this is start focusing on creating your own listings for unbranded products, for bundles, for white label, because they can't compare the retail price on those. You're the manufacturer, you're the creator, you're setting the retail price.
The price, not you.
And that's the thing. If you're selling super popular products, they're kind of like, it's like a commodity. Amazon knows exactly how much the retail price is. But if you're selling your own products, you get to set the retail price. And I have the buy box like 100% on my white label products, on my bundles. And that's, I think that's kind of the way to go. Isaac, you apparently have super funky sound.
Oh.
You sound good to me.
I will try to speak less.
No, why don't you go away and come back?
Go away and come back?
Try maybe.
Okay, I will in a sec. I did wanted to address one thing. Hopefully
Oh,
you
is
guys
it
can
from
hear
my
me okay.
speakers? Let me turn this down. It's my fault. Sorry. I'm making you echo. I'll just
Okay.
read your lips.
Okay. I wanted to say one thing. There was mentioned about it's hard to get the buy box when you're doing merchant fulfilled. One thing we learned a couple of months ago is that if you sign up for Amazon's same day delivery, that will actually put you on the same level of being in the buy box as an FBA seller. So that's really, really cool.
That's a really interesting point. Not many people actually have access to it, though. It's only the sorry about that. It's only the people who are in cities that offer the 1 day shipping. But yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing to know. So Amazon are really valuing people who can get products quickly to their customers. Oh, so I remembered the thing I wanted to say about merchant fulfilling and quarter four. So we talked about quarter four, and we talked about how it's getting too late to FBA your products. So someone this morning asked in bundles and said, is it too late sending Christmas products? And I said, yeah, right now I probably would not send them in. And she just left a message and said, Katharyne, I appreciate your advice today about merchant fulfilling instead of FBA. I listed 14 items that were selling for $110 each, sold out in 20 minutes.
Wow.
So, like, I don't like merchant fulfilling. I don't like merchant fulfilling very much. But she just listed 14 items for $110 and sold out merchant fulfilled in 20 minutes. And she says it there, unbelievable. So that was actually in the bundles group today. Wow. So I tend to say don't do merchant fulfilling, focus on FBA. But when you read things like that, it proves that there is a business model for merchant fulfilling. So that was a pretty cool story today.
Right. You don't like merchant fulfilled because in some regards, I feel FBA kind of made you lazy.
Absolutely.
Like that's why you don't like eBay anymore. It's the same reason. That's why I am listing on eBay and selling on eBay, because you cannot be bothered with the listing process and then having to ship the product yourself on eBay. You would rather just scan 500 products and dump them in a giant box and send it to Amazon.
Fact, it's true. I know there's a lot of people watching right now. We've got like 125 viewers, and I know a lot of people are new to Amazon. They haven't used it before. But guys, if you have not used Amazon FBA before and you're interested in doing e-commerce, that's like the place to go to get a lot of people seeing your product, buying your product, and to make it super scalable. You just put all your products in a box and send it to Amazon, and they ship it all to the customers from their warehouse. And it is just the most awesome business model. So big fan of Amazon FBA. I've got a couple more questions, and then we can get Jordan in. He can come and talk to us. I think we'll talk to Jordan about white label. I think that's what we're going to talk about, because we've had quite a few questions about white label. But let me answer. What have we got here? We've got, okay, Sheila Anderson Mockery sent a great question in. She said, I am trying to move on mentally from Christmas to next year's items for bundles. Where can we start sourcing from to get going on this? Because the stores are full of Christmas items. So where can we find items that are ideal for next year? Isaac, don't you have a new idea about sourcing? So you sort of said there's retail arbitrage, there's retail sourcing, there's online sourcing. What's your new thing, Isaac?
Lazy man sourcing. Get a list of manufacturers and call them on the phone.
Wow.
I call it phone sourcing.
Phone sourcing. You heard it here first, guys. It's not about retail sourcing. It's not about online sourcing. Isaac is now the master of
phone sourcing. Yes. Just get a list of numbers and call people. Talk to their customer service department. Talk to a sales manager. Talk to the manager. Talk to the owner and be like, yo, you got products to sell? Because I want to buy them. And what kind of deal can you give me?
You know, I feel like this way whenever people start talking about online arbitrage, and they're like, oh, I'm looking for this deal on this, and it's pretty easy to find wholesalers and to find custom people, particularly custom manufacturers, and that's kind of what we've been doing a lot with white label, especially, is finding ways to make custom products. Wow, John Oates just joined. Is that the John Oates? Is that like, I think, is the guy in Hall & Oates called John Oates? Well, okay. You see, I got distracted because Nerd Picker posted Lionel Richie, and then John Oates joined, and then I got on this 80s music kick, and I'm sorry, John. Hello, welcome to our Blab. It's a very serious Blab, where we talk about Amazon and selling and e-commerce. Distraction. Okay, I won't be distracted. Okay, we were talking about how to source next year from Christmas. So we're all focusing on Christmas. All the shops are full of Christmas products. Where do we go for next year? Okay, Valentine's is huge. That's massive. And one thing I'm doing right now is I'm walking around Walmart and Kmart, and I'm going, when is this stuff going on clearance? I am so ready for December the 26th. I love December the 26th. That is the day to go shopping. And Walmart just, I don't know, they crash the prices on everything on December the 26th. They can't wait to get rid of that stuff. So what I do is I start bundling then, because they have everything. They have like bath salts, they have candy, they have cards, they have gift boxes, all this stuff, and it's so, like Jordan's saying it there, so cheap. So hang in there until December 26th if you want to do retail shopping. If retail's not your thing, then look into wholesaling. Start planning, start Googling for wholesalers. Easy ways to wholesale. Call people. Are there easy ways to do it? Go and look at ASD's website. They have a whole list of suppliers. Or just Google whatever it is you're interested in selling. If you want to do pet supplies, Google wholesale pet suppliers. Personally, I'm going to be focusing white label. I'm going to be looking to do custom candy, custom gift cards, custom wrapping paper, custom, I don't know, all the Valentine's things. I'm working on a few ideas now. So I'm looking at doing like white label. That's kind of my thing. We did our white label coffee. Yeah. We've got our Christmas coffee on sale right now. So that's kind of where I'm at, is looking for US suppliers to do white label products like that. Lots of good reasons for doing that. We'll talk to Jordan more about white label. Yeah. Lots of good reasons for doing white label products. They sell well. Just you can own the buy box on them. You don't have this problem with suppressing them because of retail price. No one can compete with you because they're unique, your own products, which is awesome. Just huge advantages to custom products and white label products. So we'll bring Jordan on in a sec. Oh my gosh, I've got so many questions here. I'm just trying to answer them all quickly. Rhonda LaFave had a bunch of questions last week. I got to a few of them, but we've got a couple more we can answer here. She says, area-specific products, good idea or bad for FBA, especially for white label? Should you do products that are area-specific? That's an interesting one. Any thoughts, Isaac?
Well, you do source from, or you used to source from Trader Joe's, which might be considered area-specific, and you found that you sold products all over the country.
That's a really good point. One thing about area specific is there's a lot of stores that aren't available all over the country, and you've got to bear in mind with I'm so distracted by Paris Hilton.
I know, there's a little gif of Paris Hilton in the chat.
Because it's Walmart. Do they sell walls? I get it. So that's one thing about area specific, is if you can find products that you can sell all over the country that you can only get in one area, that's huge. Also sourcing things that are unique to your area, like maybe if you live in Vermont, getting like unique maple syrup or something like that, or but it's kind of works the other way around as well, though. Like if you're selling something that's specific, like if we started selling San Diego Chargers products. So I don't know. I think with anything, you need to look at whether there's a market for it. I think there is for, I mean, I don't know how many thousands of people are on Amazon in San Diego, but I know they shop here. So I would say go for it. I would say try it and see would be my answer to area.
And location is a niche.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point. So yeah, as with any other niche, it's probably a really, like, it's worth giving it a try. There's people who used to live here and went elsewhere, or people who went to college here, or there's a lot of people around the world that have an attachment to San Diego. And some locations, particularly like Las Vegas or Disneyland or
the big
resort
names,
sort of locations, are going to be popular all over the world. So it kind of depends on the product, but definitely worth a try.
What about your mug? Your mug that you sold for the highest amount?
Right. So I can't hear you very well here, Isaac, because I've got it turned down. So you might have to like lip read, like, hello, Katharyne. Okay, I got a couple more questions from Rhonda. She said ASD. She asked about ASD, and just what is the experience like at ASD? And this is coming up for us. Isaac, what do you think about ASD? What's your experience of it?
It's huge, really, really big. A lot of products, a lot of opportunity. It's almost overstimulating.
But do you think it's like some people said they felt it's overwhelming?
Yes.
I don't know if that's I think it's kind of what you make of it.
It depends on where you are as a seller. If you're prepared to buy, if you have a specific niche, a specific category, and they're like, for example, I only sell dishware. That's my niche. That's what I do. I sell dishware. It's not going to seem that bad because you're just going to walk over to those areas and focus on those areas and ignore everything else. If you're like a new seller and like everything's like, I mean, it's like trying to pick a college major. You know, there's so many majors you want to join, you want to sign up for, but you can only choose one.
That's true. And that's actually a really good analogy, because you rarely would say, okay, I have no idea what major I want to take. You've probably got an idea of what you're interested in or what's worked for you in the past. And I think you can kind of grow from where you start. So if you go to ASD, like, okay, for me, I have worked well with seasonal products, or I sell a lot of candy, or I sell party wear. That gives you kind of a starting point. Or I like pets, or I like babies, or I like whatever it is you've got a little bit of experience. You can use that as your starting point and grow from there.
Yeah, and if you're just showing up with like $5,000-$10,000 cash, and you're like, okay, I'm going to invest in something and make bank. Yeah, that's going to be really difficult because there's too many options to choose from.
Is it though? Look at Lauren. She scored.
Well, like, she saw an opportunity and seized it.
Say that again.
She saw an opportunity and seized it. Right.
So what Lauren did? She went in there and she bought three booths. That was her plan. She said, I'm interested in buying a booth. And she ended up buying 3 booths and just scoring a huge amount of stuff at like bargain prices. So it can be done. The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly with ASD, and ASD, for those of you who don't know, ASD is a huge trade show in Las Vegas. I think it's like the biggest retail trade show or trade show for retailers. It's in Las Vegas twice a year in August and February. And one thing I did want to talk about with ASD is the classes and community. And I think that is something that is growing there. I think that's something they didn't necessarily used to have. They do have speakers, but they're increasingly putting focus in having classes and having communities there. And of course, Isaac and I have our community that all of you are part of, and we kind of started it in August. We went there and they gave us a room. And they said, sure, you can have whatever meetups, whatever classes you want. And it was a really good time. We met lots of treasure hunters. We met lots of bundlers. And Blue Sky was starting out. And they're letting us do it again in February. So, and they did give us a limo. That's true. We did have limo service, which was amazing.
That was a big surprise for us.
So we're doing it again in February. We don't have a schedule yet. We haven't kind of planned what classes we're going to teach. But what I would say, we'll give you a home base. If you're thinking of coming to ASD and you know us and you're in our groups, you have a home at ASD. That's because we were there pretty much every day. Yeah. We were hanging out in our room. People were coming in, talking to us. Like people from our groups, from other groups were showing up. People who were like periscoping and walking around. People came, hung out in the big room we had. And if you're nervous about not having friends, not having people that you know to hang out with, guys, you've got us. You can come and see us and the people there. And like there was no shortage of dinner invites. Like every night it's kind of like, okay, who's going out for dinner? Where's the party at? Yes. And there's like something going on every night, every day at ASD. And it's, I mean, you know what the groups are like bundles and treasure hunting are like super friendly, happy, positive groups. And the vibe, oh my gosh, did you find like the vibe just carried on at ASD?
It was awesome. It was great. I mean, aside from, people listening to our classes, people were just kind of like hanging out and giving each other pointers and tips on, certain booths they saw that were interesting. And it was just a really cool place to hang out.
Yeah, and everyone was, everyone was really sweet. I think we had so many hugs. I don't think I've ever had as many hugs in a few days as ASD. It was just such an awesome place to be. So I would say don't be overwhelmed by ASD. Come and see us. We'll hang out with you for sure. We'll be doing meetups. We'll be doing classes. We'll probably be teaching. Last time we did white label, social media, Shopify. We'll probably be doing very similar things again. And trying to do. And we had a bundle meetup. We taught bundles and did a bundle brainstorm. So we'll try and do all those things again this year at ASD. So I would recommend registering if you're even just thinking about it because it's free. Yay! Okay, so that was my ASD. Have I got any other questions? I have got questions. Let me see. I want to make sure I've got to everyone's questions. Rachel asks, and this is a question for you, Isaac. How long can we have Blue Sky Suite? So she's in the Blue Sky White Label course, which we ran in this month and last month. It was a short course. We cut it off at 100 people. We said it's a strict limit on 100 people. And we did a very intense, it was very intense actually. I think there was a bit too much information. I think we put a bit too much, we covered a lot. We covered how to create a product, how to market your product, how to use the basics of social media to create Facebook adverts and a Facebook page, how to build a brand, how to use Amazon advertising. Like we covered a lot, but the core of it was how to create your own product from scratch. So we put this course out and we gave people access to Blue Sky Suite. And Blue Sky Suite is our own software that includes Skywords, which is a keyword research tool. And it's pretty awesome. Like people have tried it and said, this is the best keyword. I have to say this, but people have come to me and said, yeah, this is the best keyword tool I've used. It's a really awesome keyword tool for white label products or bundles. It has a niche machine in there, which generates ideas for niches and tells you which ones are popular, which ones people are searching for. And it has a directory of suppliers, US-based suppliers, and just a whole bunch of other things. So people have access who took the Blue Sky White Label course, those people have access to Blue Sky Suite. So the question is, when are people outside how long are those people going to have access to that software? And when are the people outside the course going to have access to the software? And also, are we running the course again? Do we have answers to those questions, Isaac?
Approximations, I guess. I don't know. Well, for those of you that are in the white label course, you'll probably have access to it for another month or two.
We said maybe Valentine's Day.
Oh, we did. Okay, for sure. Then you'll have access to Blue Sky Suite till Valentine's Day. For all you in the white label course, I'm still, Katharyne and I are going back and forth on what's the best approach for us to execute the software.
Right.
We believe 100% in the power. We know it's awesome. We've tested it out with a handful of people. We've gotten back a lot of positive results. Yes, 100 people. Yes, and we've used it ourselves. We've been using it ourselves. Also,
I use it exclusively for keywords. I don't use any.
Yes.
The only other thing I use for keywords is Google Keyword Planner. But other than that, I use Skywords exclusively.
Yeah. So we're really happy with it. I myself, I'm on a mission to improve it as much as possible. For those of you that don't know, I am a web developer, and so it was all coded by me. Those of you that are testing the software, if you notice any problems, again, to message me. And so when I feel it's ready, it will be ready. But as far as taking it to production, from beta to production, as a web developer, I just want to make sure a lot of the bases are covered.
So my thinking is we want to get it out. I mean, it works. It's a great system. I think our question, and this is something I'm kind of going back and forth on. I want to re-record white label course. I love the white label course and I think it's awesome. But I was kind of sick when I recorded the videos, and I kind of want to record some of the videos again when I'm not sick and put more information into them. So what I would like to do is kind of bring white label and bundles together more and kind of make a giant amazing course out of it. That's like a very, and I know you've been pushing this a lot, Isaac. You want to see a clear pathway to having either your own bundle or your own product, or both. And those kind of milestones you can go through to actually not just creating and sourcing your product, but actually to the whole process of putting it on Amazon, putting it on Shopify and marketing it, putting it out there on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Polyvore, on Periscope, on Imager, on wherever you want to put it out to. And that's kind of what we want to do is make a very solid course and kind of bring those concepts together. So our thinking is, how do we execute this, that we can kind of bring out the software and the course?
Right, and we're also looking at a way into merging the software with course, so that to give people the best advantage we can possibly provide for them.
So what we're kind of looking for is any feedback. If you've taken the white label course, if you're using the Blue Sky Suite software, if you're taking bundles and you're really interested in white label, we're kind of looking for feedback. What can we do to, what would you love to see? What's on your wish list for the new year? And the way I see it is people are going to be wanting to do things in the new year. They're like, everyone's can relax after Q4 and focus on a new project. Like January is going to be the perfect time to make your white label product or your custom product. And that's kind of, I want to help people out and get something ready for January. So my thinking is January, and hopefully we'll have something awesome. But we would really appreciate any feedback. Tony says, is it awesome being a genius, Isaac?
I love being me. I don't know if I would say I'm a genius.
Kyle, that's a really good. Sorry, I cut you off because I couldn't hear you. Did you say something?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Kyle says, I would love different purchasing options because one big course sounds a bit expensive. Yeah, and that's something we're really aware of. Like, we are not in the business of putting out big, giant, overwhelming courses that are very expensive and that you don't use half. And one of the big questions I've had, or one of the big things I've seen come up in groups a lot, is that some of the courses that are big have so much in it that you're just overwhelmed. You're going, I don't even know what I should be doing now. Should I be selling books or t-shirts or candy or coloring books, or like, what should I be selling? And I don't want to do that to anyone. I kind of want to help people out with what they're working on. So yeah, that's something we're kind of, that's why we want feedback. We really want to know what you guys would like from us. It's like the Adam Lambert song. It's like, what do you want from me? That was good. That was a good song.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we should bring poor Jordan on. He's waiting. I've got one more question, but I might talk about that at the end of the show because I've got a really good question from Nathan Pennington. But I'm going to wait on that. Let's bring Jordan on. Oh, and we've got to declare a winner as well.
Oh yeah.
Actually, let's do the contest before we bring Jordan on. Shall we do that? Because I've got to get Sid.
Sure. No, just do it.
Wait, just do what? Just do the contest. No, I want to. Sid. Okay, I promised Sid he could draw a winner. Here he is. All right. So we've got a contest running. Say hi, Sid.
Hi.
That's Sid. So we have a contest running for the moment in treasure hunting, and I'm going to post. I'm going to put the link to treasure hunting. So if there's anyone who's not in the group, you can join there. We have a contest running at the moment, and the winner, what you had to do was invite a friend to the group or not. It didn't really matter. Facebook says you're not allowed to force people to invite anyone. So that was fine. You could invite a friend or not. And what you had to say was whether you or your friend were naughty or nice. And are you okay there, Sid? And you would win. So this is what the winner gets. The winner gets a $50 Amazon coupon or gift card and access to one of our 3 courses. They can choose from bundles, Facebook Magic, or coloring books. But they can't have white label because white label's been and gone. And they get a bundle of coffee.
Yeah.
Not only that, naughty and nice coffee. That's our own private label, white label coffee this year. Not only that, they also get access to a course for their friend and coffee for their friend. So that's pretty exciting. Wow, there's too many people around here. So that's what the winner gets. So they get Amazon gift card, coffee, and a course for themselves, and a course for their friends, and coffee for their friends. So we've written down all the winners, or all the entrants, I should say, in the hat.
Did have to announce the winner.
Black hat today. In the hat, and it might have treasure trolls in because Isaac always puts treasure trolls in. Isaac, Sid, whoever you are.
There are no treasure trolls.
Come here, don't look. You've got to look away. Look that way. Look that way. And put your hand in and pick a winner. Pick one. Hold it up. And what does the winner say? It says, what? Isaac? Pony wins. Isaac has messed with the hat. What have you done, Isaac? All right, Sid, you... That's worse than the treasure trolls. All right, Sid, let's do it again. Turn away. Turn away. And put your hand in the hat. Don't look. Pull one out. What does it say? Okay, Isaac, you suck. It's another pony wins. How many say pony wins?
Eventually.
All right, let's do it again. Look away, Sid.
What are you doing, guys?
Look away. We'll get there. We'll get there. Forgive him. It's his birthday. Okay, we're going for another one. Oh, my God. Isaac, you suck. 3 pony wins. All right, I'm gonna shake it. All right, go. Do it again. All right. It's another pony wins. All right, keep going, Sid. We'll do this. This is the worst oh no, they're all everywhere. Did you get one, Sid? All right, Sid, have you got one? Hold it up. Hold it up to the screen. We have a winner. The winner is Judith Gorham-Nye. Yay! Congratulations, Judith. Woohoo! And the pony wins. That's great. All right. Thank you, Sid. Sid, can you say bye?
Bye.
All right. So Judith, well done. Judith wins access to any of our groups. She wins a $50 Amazon coupon, and she wins 2 coffees for her and a friend. Guys,
Yay.
Isaac, can you post the link to the coffee so that people, if you didn't win the coffee, guys, if you didn't get the chance to win the coffee, you can go and purchase our exclusive coffee at the link that Isaac is posting. And this is pretty awesome. Which is your favorite coffee, Isaac? Do you like the naughty or the nice?
I actually like the naughty.
Say that again?
I like the naughty.
You like the naughty? Because
Yeah,
that's
that's
because you're a
my favorite
hazelnut.
flavor.
You like the hazelnut.
I love hazelnut, yeah.
So the naughty has Krampus on it, and people are a bit scared of Krampus, but that's okay. And the naughty is cinnamon and hazelnut, and it's kind of like cookies. It's like cinnamon hazelnut cookies. And the nice is peppermint candy cane coffee. So if you go to the website that hopefully Isaac is posting, it's like Katharyne.com/ what is it, Isaac? I don't remember. Holiday coffee?
Katharyne.com. Yes.
Have you got the link?
Yeah. I will post it in the Blab.
Isaac's posting the link. You can go there and buy a bundle of awesome coffee right now, and we will ship this out this week. Sherry, I still need to send you yours from last week, but I'm doing the first batch is being shipped out this week. So if you get your order in quick, I will get you in on the batch. It's super limited edition, like super limited edition. Once it's gone, it is gone. So get your naughty and nice coffee now. It's a good gift for Christmas. Okay, Jordan, do you want to call in and we will chat? We can talk to you. I really wish I had headphones. I think I'm going to need headphones.
I'm
going to let Jordan
my
in.
Headphones. How about I'm going to log off? Oh, actually.
Hold on. You talk to Jordan from. Oh wait, I can talk to Jordan. Right, I wish I had earbuds. That's Jordan.
Hey.
Hey, Jordan, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good. Can everyone hear Jordan okay and hear me?
Yeah, that's my hope.
Hopefully we're not echoing too much. There we go. So Jordan, how are you doing? How is business?
It's busy. Not much sleep. Lots of customer service and my day job. So it's a lot of work.
Whoa, hold on. Wait, hold on a sec. Let me just plug in here. And then
Go for it.
Hear you clearly. So wait, you're still working a day job and doing all the crazy entrepreneur stuff as well?
Yeah, I'm actually at my office right now, just because it's quieter and a little bit easier to hear everybody. So
you've just had, I know you've just had a couple of new white label products go live. How are they doing? Can you talk us through what you've been doing? I know the last time we talked to you, you had your coloring book, the
Right.
Night of the Living Dead coloring book.
Mhm.
And I know you've been doing some things since then. What are you working on now, and how's it going?
So I've been working on another coloring book. So speaking of Krampus or Crumpus, however you want to pronounce him, with your guys' coffee, I made a coloring book based on him. I knew the film was coming out, and I was like, yeah, I think this is something that I need to monetize. And I talked with Isaac about it, and he was laughing. He was like, hey, we're working on the same thing. So I'm like, hey, this is a good thing to do. So cranked that out in less than a week. I only had maybe 10 hours of sleep that week, getting it done. And then also I've been working for a few months on this white label product, the Moscow Mule coffee mug, or Moscow Mule copper mug. So yeah, lots to do.
So you've done the 2 coloring books, and now you've done the mug as well. I love the mug.
Yeah, thanks.
So Jordan's made a copper. Do you have any there to show, or
I don't.
Go into the office? No.
Yeah, sorry. I'll post a link of where they're at so you can see them on Amazon.
Oh, no worries. But they look pretty epic. So Jordan made these really, really cool mugs for Moscow mules, which and some people, what is a Moscow mule? Some people were asking about what they are.
Yeah, Moscow Mule is just a mixed drink. It's kind of gained more popularity in the past year. It was actually developed, I think, back in the 40s, and it's just a mix of vodka, ginger beer, lime, and mint. And the traditional way to drink it is in a copper mug. So a lot of restaurants are starting to sell it just as a thing you can order, but everybody wants to have their own, so they can have it for parties and if they want to have a Moscow Mule drink while they're late at night. So that's kind of where I just started. I had a friend who was selling his own basically kind of like arbitrage system. And he was saying that he had one of his clients that was selling a lot of Moscow Mule mugs on Amazon. And I was like, well, maybe I can see if I can find something for that. And so that's when I just kind of started the whole process.
And it's funny because I found the link. I'm going to post it so people can see.
You're faster than me.
Your epic mug. Oh, Diana just posted it as well. Thank you, Diana.
Thanks.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I went shopping a week or so ago, and I noticed all the upmarket department stores like Nordstrom and I don't know, everywhere I went, I saw Moscow Mule mugs, which is just amazing. You saw this trend coming, and it's going to be a big thing this Christmas. How are they selling? How are they doing?
Actually, I was just checking before I came on, and I've got 2 sold and then 3 that are on reserve right now. So either they're being swapped over to different warehouses and things, and I have a bunch on the way, but they're kind of in limbo because they're going to the New Jersey warehouse, which is having a lot of issues right now with orders coming in and stuff. So it's only been live for a week and a half, I think. So I'm pretty happy
awesome. Yeah. And they're high priced as well. Like, you're selling these mugs at $75, and so you had 2 sales already at that price point. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is. It was a lot of work. Like that crate that they're in, I actually built myself. So each one of those are handmade. I'm actually submitted this product to Amazon Handmade, so I can see if I can start monetizing that area as well, because these mugs are made by hand from a company in India, and then the crates I make myself, and I antique them and age them and everything. So, yeah.
Oh, how cool! Mm-hmm. They're really awesome looking.
Oh, thanks.
And how's the coloring book doing as well? That was the other question.
Yeah. So the Night of the Living Dead coloring book is actually still more popular than the Krampus one. The Krampus one, it's only been out a week. I've sold maybe a dozen of those.
In a week, though?
In a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then the Night of the Living Dead one, I've actually sold, I think I'm at about 150, 160 of them now total, counting last month and the end of October. So I also did build a bundle with that Night of the Living Dead coloring book with grayscaled colored pencils, because I thought it could be a really fun thing for people that want to color the coloring book like the movie, since it was filmed originally in black and white, and learn shading and things like that. And I've sold a few of those also. So
awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty good to know. And that's the question that's been coming up a lot, is whether you can bundle coloring books. And I think there's a lot of options there. And one thing people have been talking about, because the thing that's held a lot of people back from bundling is that Amazon say that you can't bundle a coloring book as the main item in a bundle. But if you're private labeling your product, if you're creating it as your own product and including the pencils as your own product, then you're the manufacturer. And similarly, you could like bundle 2 books together. You could sell the Krampus book with Night of the Living Dead, and because you're the manufacturer, and you have that right to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's and the other thing too that I did was I didn't, since you can't have the coloring book or a book as the primary item, I promoted the colored pencils as the primary item for the bundle. So it's, the images of the coloring book themselves are in the whole listing, but are in the back. The primary things that you see everything together, and then all the information about the colored pencils, and then I had an eraser that I added with it too. In hindsight, though, I wish I would have gotten just like a cheap pencil sharpener or something like that to add with it, just because the colored pencils aren't actually sharpened when you get them. But, I'll just do that for next time.
It's still a pretty, and this is what's great. You can keep going with the coloring books. If you got another idea, you can keep growing your business. They stay in stock for create space. So once you've done the work, it's like you never have to do a minute's work on that ever again. You just get it running at Create Space and leave it selling.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed with Night of the Living Dead. I haven't really done much promotion for that, yet it's still more popular than my new book. And it's also just kind of exciting to see what I've been able to do with Facebook ads. I've got almost 3,000 likes on my Facebook page for just that coloring book brand, Horrid Coloring Books. And it's just kind of fun to watch people's excitement for it and the momentum and everything. So it's pretty cool.
That's pretty exciting. Jesse's asking me a question. Does Create Space offer bulk discounts when you send them in for FBA? I don't think they do. I think you can only order 1 book at a time. I don't think you can order it in bulk from Create Space.
Well, I've ordered like 20 or 30 of my coloring book, and it's like $2 and something cents for each book, and then they just have their shipping added on top of that. So they don't give you a discount as far as a larger quantity, but still it's a pretty reasonable price, I think, for an entire book. And you get sorry, go ahead.
No. What I was going to explain something. The benefits of FBAing, because I can see a lot of people are wondering, like, why would you FBA your product? Because if you build it in Create Space, you make this coloring book in Create Space and you list it. Why would you also FBA it? And it's down to keywords, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just creating more options and things for people to buy it from with the bundle. I say in like regards to like with the coloring pencils and all of that. And the other thing I've done also is I'll sell them to friends. And then there's a few different boutique shops and things that are around here that they're Halloween themed, and so it works for my niche, and they sell it at their stores, and I get a higher profit out of it. So
that's really cool. So the 2 things. I love that you have them selling in a bricks and mortar store as well. That's like adds to the cool factor, I think, as well. It's like another channel. Yeah,
and I just saw last week it's listed on barnesandnoble.com too. So it could be cool to see next year if they decide they may want to sell them in their stores. So we'll see.
Whoa, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So what I would say about the FBA listing, I was just going to explain it. There's 3 advantages I see with having an FBA listing for a Create Space product. One, as you say, it adds, it gives people more options. If they can buy it as a bundle, it kind of creates like a gift product for people. It's like an awesome gift. The second thing I would say is keywords are huge, because with Create Space, you don't have the option of including keywords. All you can do is put keywords in the title, and there's not really a good way of adding in keywords which people will search for. So if you can create an FBA listing for your coloring book, that's pretty much how you can get people finding you organically on Amazon. So if they search for Krampus or Krampus Christmas gift, if you have that as as an FBA listing, then people will find you using those keywords. Jordan, how are you FBAing the products on their own, or just bundling them? Are you also sending them into FBA on their own?
Not yet. I just have the Krampus one right now, just as a merchant fulfilled item, just because I was testing out kind of something that we had talked about with adding pictures of different colored pages and everything, and I'm still having some back and forth conversations with Amazon on that. So isn't exactly a full solution. And to answer your question just about how I got mine on Barnes & Noble, is it's all through just distribution channels that CreateSpace gives. So once you have your book finished, you can say, I want to have it for, give it to libraries and universities and other places like that. And that's where Barnes & Noble found my coloring book, is that way. And it's usually a few weeks after you've gone live is when they usually will find it.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, you get the chance to enable all the distribution channels at the end when you're going through the CreateSpace process. So I think it's just like one click to turn on all these distribution channels, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really simple. I mean, you get less royalty off of the sale, but hey, it's more money than you would have otherwise. So why not do it? Exactly.
Yeah. And then the third thing I was going to say, the reason for having an FBA listing is just what Jesse said as well there, that it also lets you use PPC, which is the pay-per-click advertising. Mm-hmm. So CreateSpace is very like merch. I know a lot of people are using merch at the moment and making T-shirts. It's it has the same challenges in that it's difficult for people to organically find your product because you can't use keywords or PPC. But if you use FBA to create other listings, and this is something we're kind of exploring, and I know we've been talking about this back and forth, as you say, you might have other options to add in keywords, to add in images to your product, if you also have an FBA listing as well as the CreateSpace listing.
Yeah, and I just saw Jesse had a question, just how many pages my books are. Everybody is kind of different. For me, both of my books have been around 110 to 115 pages on average. That doesn't mean it's 115 images. That's including the introduction, the title page, the beginning of the book, and then I have a little author bio in the back. And for each image, I just have it on one page. So if you're coloring with a marker, it won't bleed on to the other image. So it just gives people a chance to use whatever medium they want to when they're coloring it. So,
yeah, they're pretty awesome looking. I've got your Night of the Living Dead one. I've got to get the Krampus one as well. I think that would be kind of fun. I kind of want to play with the Krampus coloring book.
Oh yeah, it's real fun.
But they're awesome books. I mean, it feels, the Night of the Living Dead one, I like it because it feels really nice. It's like a really solid feeling book. And I think CreateSpace do a really good job printing these books and making them look really professional and really nice.
Yeah, and I really like the matte finish on them. They give you an option if you want to have a matte or a gloss. The gloss to me, I tried both on that book, and it just kind of felt a little chintzy, cheap in a sense, I guess you could say. And that just for me and my decision making, I went with the matte cover instead, and it just I'm really happy with how it turned out. So
I agree with you. I think the matte has a really good feel to it. It's kind of got here Isaac just passed me. This is your Night of the Living Dead coloring book.
Yep.
With I'm trying to find the picture I colored badly in there. There you go. That's my horrific coloring that didn't do it any justice. Wait, there's my daughter colored that picture.
Yeah, she did an awesome job.
But there's some really, the images are really, really cool here. They're really good images in here. So I like this. How cool is that? It tells the story and you can color it. It's pretty awesome. I think Jesse's got another question there. It just disappeared. Did the retail store negotiate the wholesale price down? So that's the brick and mortar store that you're selling.
With them, yeah. Actually, it was just what with my cost for the book was $2 and some odd cents, and then I just told them to sell it for the same price that they're selling on Amazon, and then we just negotiated on how we would break up the sale. So for them, they keep it pretty simple. It's 50-50. So selling it for $13, then that's like $6.50 each of us get. So I'm doubling the amount that it costs for me. So that's 100% profit. And that's good enough for me. And it helps get the word out. And I'm going to actually take some of my colored pencil bundles and give it to them also. And that will give me a little bit higher profit margin. So
that's really cool thinking. That's and as you say, that's like advertising. Having your product in a brick and mortar store is like additional advertising because you get all the foot traffic that go past that store.
Yep.
And that I think you've done such an amazing job, Jordan. Do you have any plans to do that with your mule mugs or any of your other products?
I want to. With going into white label with these Moscow Mule mugs, it's definitely virgin territory for me. I haven't done that kind of stuff before. Mostly everything that I've made before is all horror related, Halloween, that kind of stuff. Not horrors, horror, just to get that
horror.
Right. Yeah, but
I have a hard time with that word, horror.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just kind of playing around with it right now and see where it goes. And if the trend continues with these mule mugs selling and I make my money back, I'm happy to continue and do more and see how I can expand the brand and the product line. So
fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me, Jordan. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, yeah, always. And definitely see you in February. So.
Oh, you're coming to ASD?
Well, yeah, I'm in Utah, so it's only like a 5-hour drive to Vegas, so I'll definitely be there.
It's going to be a party in Vegas in February. I think everyone should come to ASD and hang out with us all.
Yep, for sure.
All right, well, have a great night, Jordan. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that was Jordan Colton. He is like a rock star of white label publishing. Oh, hey, Isaac's back. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Oh, okay. So have we got echo now, or are we doing okay? I think we're doing okay.
Hopefully we're okay.
Okay, so I had one more question. We've totally overran, but I want to answer one more question. Nathan Pennington left a great question in bundles. He just joined the bundle group. And we had a little conversation this morning. Actually, let me see if I can find the conversation, because it started in bundles, and then he just sent me a question on the page for this Blab. So let me find the original conversation, because it was kind of interesting. So he asked, I'm just scrolling. There's been so many conversations. Oh my gosh, all these people talking. Let me find it. Okay, there it is. So he said he wants some feedback on bundling and what makes okay. So he said his understanding of bundling and what makes infinite possibilities, or as I call it, bundle abundance with bundles, isn't the raw products. So it's not, so I don't know, let's say you were bundling a pony mug and pony coffee. What wouldn't make the possibility with the products wouldn't be the raw products, the mug and the coffee, but the way you put items together. So, for example, I don't know, you could put together a mug and coffee, or a mug and like Kool-Aid crystals and a parasol, and you could use the same mug in different ways to create different products. And he's saying, so what I understand is who we target. And this was my answer to him. I said, you're on the right lines. Bundling is about finding the intersect between two or more items. And I talk a lot about intersections between two different things. Finding those things, finding the connections between two things. And it's kind of like a joke. It's like, how is a something like a something else? Or it's finding something that connects things that you might not necessarily see at first glance. So I gave an example. I said, bundling's about finding the intersect. It's kind of like a game, what connects things. So you could find a pink mug and a package of cardamom tea, and neither product might be marketable on its own or have a high rank. But if you put them together as a Mother's Day gift or a Valentine gift, you might be getting somewhere. And if you look at the cardamom tea, that might take you in other directions. Maybe it could be like cardamom has like healing properties and warming and cold fighting properties. So maybe you can make it as a get well gift for someone, or a winter warmer gift, or something like that. You can take that same tea and the mug, and you could bundle it with like pink tissues, or like cough medicine, or whatever, or a hot water bottle. Or you could go another route. You can say, okay, cardamom has this kind of Indian feeling. Maybe you could put it with some sort of exotic candy or something like that, or Turkish delight, and turn it into like this Indian summer like iced tea bundle. And I think that was kind of where our conversation started. And he just sent me another message on the Horizons webpage, and he said, well, okay, how would you recommend I get better at finding the intersection that makes bundling work? I'm guessing there's no 1, 2, 3 system, but are there any exercises or scenarios that can strengthen your ability to see intersections? I thought this was such an awesome question. Do you have any thoughts on this, Isaac, before I kind of start?
I mean, there's so many ways to approach it. I mean, you can start pinpointing individuals in your life. You know, there's that approach. So
like finding particular people and saying, what would this
particular person in your life or on your Facebook friends list, and think about the thing that makes them unique, or maybe if you were to put them in a stereotype, where would they fit in? And then from that, start creating intersects that would appeal to that specific demographic.
So what you could do is take a product like, I'm just looking around because I have so many products here, but they're not very bundleable products. What have I got here? Like, I don't know, a bag or something. Okay, let's imagine I hold up a bag. What you could do perhaps is say, what would this person do with this bag? What would that person do with this bag? And you could look at your Facebook friends, and like, if you have a friend that's into like hunting and fishing, what they might do with a bag would be very different from what your friend who goes to Paris Hilton parties would do with a bag, and what they would keep in a bag. And that's kind of one approach, is definitely finding is definitely finding like what a particular person would do with a product, and that kind of gets you thinking about target audience for sure. Yeah. And I think that's really, really key to coming up with products that will sell, that have products that are marketable. And too often I see people go, okay, but this is really pretty. And I'm like, yeah, it is, but no one's going to ever look for that. No one's going to find that. You were going to say something, Isaac.
Yeah, I think the key with the intersect, the concept by itself, you know, you take two completely different subjects, ideas, products, whatever it is, and you glue them together. But there needs to be intention. And what is the intention? The intention needs to focus on a specific audience, a specific demographic, a specific person. It needs to point to a group of people in order for it to be interesting. If you're just putting them together for the sake of putting them together without that pointing, then you're going to find it very difficult to sell a product.
So I've got two further thoughts. One thing, and you said it there, specifics. And one thing I would say is look very specifically at your product. So, I mean, if I hold up this hat, the first thing I'm going to do if I'm going to bundle it with something is look at it really specifically. Okay, it's a black hat. It's for wearing in the sunshine. It's a golf hat. Therefore, I can bundle it to like for golf. I can bundle it for like if with like black sunglasses or something black. I can link it by its style, by its weight. It's for men. It's Old English font. Hey, there's Carl's come up with something. Look at any product you have to sell, especially if you find something. And the starting point for a lot of bundles is like in the dollar store or the wholesaler. You just find one thing that you think is cool. Look at that product in every single detail you can. And this is what we do in the bundle course. We have a bundle cast for every major holiday, or for every holiday season. We have a bundle cast approximately every 2 months. And this is what we do. We take a product and we kind of interrogate each product and come up with all the different ways you could bundle it, and then come up with which way would be the most marketable. What would people buy? So the first thing I was going to say is get really, really specific in looking at your product and what the details are of that product. The next thing is to kind of extrapolate from that and not just look at the specifics of this product, but what those mean. Like, how do you use those things? So, for example, I was talking in the group. Sorry, Isaac, you want to say something?
Yeah, I have a perfect example of this. When we first started the bundle group, someone posted a picture. They were at a supermarket, and they saw a picture of oil and orange juice. They were packaged together, and someone said, "Is this a stupid bundle or what?" And everybody in the group was like laughing, ha, ha, ha. There's orange juice and oil together, and it didn't make any sense. Well, sure enough, those are the prime ingredients for making orange chicken for the Asian community. So it was two products you would have never thought have gone together, but it turns out there is a specific group of people that have a specific need for those two products. That's a perfect example of an intersect or a bundle pointed at a specific demographics.
Right, and that was kind of where I'm going with this, that you think like a buyer. And a couple of people answered this in the group, and they said, well, one of the key things you need to do when you're coming up with a product, when you're trying to sell a product, and this isn't just bundles, this is like a standard Amazon thing. When you're trying to sell a product and you're coming up with keywords, and you want to put keywords into a product, whether it's white label, whether it's bundles, think like a buyer. So, for example, I used an example in the group and said, well, let me see if my answer's still there. Did I post it in the group? Yeah, I said, like, if you had a teddy bear that's kind of multicolor, no buyer is ever going to type in the words multicolor teddy bear. But you know what happens? Sellers will put, the sellers are very literal. The vast majority of Amazon sellers, very, very literal. They will just look at whatever it says on the packet of a product, and they will type that in their keywords. Oh, okay, I have coffee, it's cinnamon flavored, and it's coffee and it's dark roast. And they'll leave it at that. That's their keywords. And that's not how buyers search for things. Buyers are like, I want a Christmas gift. I want this. I want that. So you have the multicolored teddy bear. People have a specific need for that multicolored teddy bear. They want to give it to a child. So they're looking, okay, they're going to do preschool child gift. Or they want to wave it at the Pride Parade. So they're going to type, I want a Pride Parade toy. I want like an LGBT toy. Like, people use, you have to use keywords that buyers are going to use, not keywords that sellers use. Sellers use stupid keywords. You guys have this big advantage because you've been watching what we do in the groups. We're all talking together. We've been figuring this out. And you guys have this big advantage because you can think like a buyer. Stop thinking like sellers. It's like Jeopardy. I love this. I kind of came up with this idea of it. This is like Jeopardy. Like Jeopardy, you have to kind of go backwards. So it's like, okay, what is something you put on your head, and it's what is a hat? Or I don't know. How does Jeopardy work? It's something like that. It's like the opposite way around.
Answer first.
You don't come up with the right. They give you the answer. So it's like a hat. What is something you put on your head? And it's you like coming up with keywords is like playing Jeopardy. You have to kind of think like the buyer and stop thinking like a seller. And that's like the key to having good keywords. Why is a buyer looking for your product? They're looking for Christmas. They are looking for Easter. They're looking for a gift for a child. So it's like, what is a teddy bear? A gift for a child. Like, that's kind of under. There's other things. I mean, use synonyms like soda, pop, cola, drink, fizzy, whatever. Use synonyms, but just think outside the box a little bit. If you have something that's got anchors all over it, then put anchors, marines, sailing, mermaids, pirates. Like, just kind of get outside the box. It's a really that's kind of where you're thinking. I think Adil Jabbar is, I don't know what souk.com is, but I would recommend not clicking that link. But that's kind of my thinking on keywords. So hopefully that kind of helps Nathan a little bit. But spotting intersects is definitely kind of a skill you can grow and work on. So I think you've. Say that again, Isaac. I lost you.
Creativity.
Right. So you can, and here's what I would say: you can learn creativity. People say to me all the time, like, I am not a creative person. I don't know where to start. And a lot of people, when they start doing bundles, they're like, I'm not a creative person. Yeah, Agil, you're not helping your case here, dude. If you have an important link, tell us what the important link is, and don't just say, hey guys, click my link. That's not going to get people clicking your link. Tell us what the link is if it's important info, which I'm sure it is. What was I talking about? I was talking about Jeopardy, and I don't know what I was talking about. But yeah, you can, creativity. You can learn creativity, guys. You just start putting, I mean, we've come up with things all the time. It's like, the improv game we always play, like 185 people walk in, well, it's 185 apples walk into a bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve apples here, and the apples say, but we're your core audience. Ooh. Hey, 185 apples.
All right, I'm just gonna peel out.
We don't serve, I'm gonna peel out. Like, you can cut, like, just make jokes up in your head, anything, just come up with ideas, and you can. Wow. Oh my gosh. Alex Daily TV is apparently promoting his Alex Daily TV show. Can you define love, and at what point did you start loving yourself? That's pretty deep, Alex.
We're taking emotionally, physically,
no one wants to hear that.
Really.
Yes. That's kind of profound. We're kind of talking e-commerce. But we could talk loving ourselves. Jesse loves money.
Okay.
I love ponies. Isaac loves living in the Matrix. Okay, I think we have covered. We got invaded by the spammers. Talking of which, guys, there is a certain drop shipping company that are spamming the heck out of me right now. And all I'm going to say about this, if your friends start telling you to do to take a new program, to get on board a new program where you have to shell out money to do group buys of Amazon products, and you have to recruit other people to sell these products
for you.
If anyone's telling you they have an excellent opportunity, it's a company that might begin. It begins with an I and ends with an I. I would run.
Is anybody interested in making money?
Oh, what a surprise! Alex says, an MLM opportunity. Yes, if anyone has a multi-level marketing opportunity, I would run a very long distance from it at the moment. Basically, one thing I would say about this is that if a lot of people are buying the same product, Isaac, stop it! I'm trying to talk. If a lot of people, so they're trying to convince people with group buys is one of the big things. Guys, this is what happens. If you have a lot of sellers who buy the same product to sell on Amazon, the price does this. Don't do it. Find products that other people are not selling. Find products other people are not selling. Do not compete with other sellers on super popular products. The prices are tanking. That's all I'm hearing from people who take these things. The prices tank, and drop shipping. Let me say, drop shipping in itself is not necessarily a terrible thing. Drop shipping is allowed by Amazon. They are okay with drop shipping. However, Drop shipping puts your account at serious risk. Drop shipping puts your account into the hands of the people who are drop shipping your product. You are risking your account if you don't know the drop shippers 100%. Only drop ship with products, only drop ship from people you know inside out. They need to be people you know 100%. Do not sign up for any program that, like, I've seen so many people get into trouble, lose money through drop shipping programs. Just please, people, be very, very careful. They are spamming my channels. They are spamming everything right now. Even if your friend tries to convince you, just be very, very careful. So that's all I have to say about that. Talking of spammers, can you define love, and at what point did you start loving yourself? I think we should all, I think love is probably one of the most, I think love is the most important thing in the world. And I think right now, love is kind of what the world needs on a very, very serious, very, very serious level. I think there is nothing more important than humans and other humans. And I think right now that love is probably the core of the world. And I think once we start forgetting that, things go very, very badly wrong for everybody. And it has a knock-on effect in all society.
It needs to
so keep
fear too.
And love defeats fear. So fear less and love more. So that's your answer, Alex. Love is very important. It is the core of everything. So guys, on that note, I'm going to say happy birthday, Isaac.
Thank you. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And thank you, everybody who's wishing me a happy birthday. I definitely feel the love, and it's awesome. You guys are great, and I love the positive energy. I gladly accept it, and I'm honored to accept it.
Cool. So we'll see you guys next week. Please let me post a link to the website for this show. Please go to our website and post your questions for next week. We will be answering your questions next week. We would love guests. We love guests. If you would like to be coached on the show, this is your way to get personal coaching for free. Woohoo! So do come to our website and either volunteer as a guest or just leave us questions and we will answer them for you next week. Have a great evening, guys. We love you very much. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Thank you.